Welcome back to AM Northwest. There's a growing population of people who are passionate about all things miniature. Our next guest discovered the hobby by accident, and now she's a full-time small-scale artist. Here to share more, we welcome back the host of the podcast, Tiny World's Big Stories, Lara Blair. Lara.
Hi, Tammy.
You've been on our show. Good. You've been on our show as a photographer, sharing tips on how to take good pictures. But then, how did you discover the world of miniatures?
Well, like everybody else during COVID who made miniatures, I realized it was fun and it made me feel good. So I was doing art anyway on the side when I had my photography studio. Kind of semi-retired. Decided it was 25 years. I wanted to kind of shut it down and do more art. And then it just got rolling, and I was having so much fun, and I thought, I'm just going to go with it. And then it's a huge community. You'd be so surprised.
No idea.
It's a huge community. It's funny, it's miniatures, but it's a huge community.
It's miniatures with a huge community. And do you make a living selling miniature art?
We're working on it. I have lots of different things. I have a gallery called Gallery 408 in Camas, Washington.
We have a picture of that.
Super cute downtown.
It's a tiny gallery.
And this is the gallery we made for the gallery. It's a tiny gallery in the gallery. And that happened because of a woman named Rachel who runs the Sidewalk Joy Project in Portland.
I've met Rachel.
She's amazing, and she and I were interviewing on the Tiny World's Big Stories, and we did an interview, and she said, you should do a tiny gallery. And I thought, well, no one's going to come out to see me in the country where I live. And she said, do it at your gallery. So I approached the owners of the gallery, Kim and Michelle. They were all in. Michelle and her husband built it. I gave them the plans, like how to do it. I gave them the popsicle sticks, make the wood floor, and then it just exploded, and we had a ribbon cutting with tiny scissors. And the mayor came. Like, it was just the best. It was like one of the best things that happened this year. So we did that, and then everyone is delighted by it, and that's the main idea, delight.
Delight. But also, are you selling the
art? I sell them in the gallery. I have a whole section.
In the tiny gallery?
Actually, the big gallery. Yeah, I have tiny, I know this is really hard to follow, right?
Your art is so good, and it's very inspiring. Like this Dorothy one is very cool.
Oh, that's a tiny, tiny piece. So yeah, some of them are very small.
These are teeny, tiny.
This is a big one, big piece with tiny people.
Like regular sized macarons and then little tiny people climbing up
scale, climbing up, and this isn't a big plexibox like this one over here.
That would be like a dream come true for me, climbing up a macaron.
You get hungry when you work on these things, for sure. And a lot of my pieces have messages. They're a lot of narratives. So breathe, a lot of messages for women and girls about your worth. And I found that it was super fun in the beginning to do donuts and people climbing, and then it got more story-ended after that. So most of my work now has something to say, which I really love. Yeah, and this one is, she unsubscribed, and that's other people's opinions on the tombstone there.
I looked at that, I go, what did she unsubscribe from? And then I looked at the tombstone, it's like, from caring what people think.
You got it. So a lot of messages like that.
That is
and
so
I feel like, people right now, some, women, they need to be reminded of that.
They really do.
The tiny gallery was so delightful. It was so much fun to do, and every time I pass it makes me smile, and I figure that's what it's doing for other people too.
Can we show some of the art that you brought here today?
Yes.
That big donut with tiny people.
Yes. My husband's a cyclist, big cyclist, so that was kind of inspired by him. So this is a massive clay donut with a little cyclist going around the top. This is one of my first big pieces I did. And then when I got more into the narrative stuff, it ended up kind of being like this. This is kind of my Thelma and Louise little inspired piece.
And that sign says, "You're not lost. This is part of the story." I love that.
Yes, this is part of the story. And I love to read, so we have readers here.
Now, here's a question for you. Do you see normal-sized things like that donut? Well, that's a huge donut. But do you see normal-sized things and then you go, oh, that could be a tiny such and such?
What's really weird about miniatures is you start to see the world through those eyes. I mean, even just shopping at Home Depot, everything can become something. You do change your perspective. You talk to any miniaturist and they will tell you that. And or if I have a story in mind and then I think, how can I shrink it down and make it fun? In a small thing. The community is great. We have a big show coming up in Portland. It's the PDX miniature show. Pacific Northwest Miniatures shows.
Do you do
they
at
put
the
it
show?
On. It's vendors who sell all their wares. I'm going to be there doing interviews for Tiny Worlds. We have Miriam Stone Wilson, who's an amazing miniaturist from Seattle. She's kind of a celebrity. She's coming down. Rachel's coming.
Oh,
Rachel's coming
from PDX.
It's going to be a great show and great for every family. And you don't have to collect them to come. Like, it's fun.
Just come and be inspired. I could see people coming to that show and then wanting to get into the world.
Oh, you have no idea.
It's
addictive. Yeah.
So on your podcast, what do you talk about? Like, how do you keep coming up with topics for your podcast?
Every episode, and I've done 21 so far, has a theme. And you would be surprised, a lot of it's not about miniatures. It's about
Really?
resilience, making a living doing it. It's about the
Okay.
craftsmanship, you know, the steps that you take. A lot of it is, I had this career and then I wanted to have something lovely and fun, and so I went into this. It's way more than just tiny things. It goes deeper, which I love. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that. It's wonderful.
Right. Now that you're on the other side of changing careers, what advice would you give to other people who are in the same boat? Like they're like, oh, okay, I've been doing this job for a while. I think I want to find something new. You found this by accident.
Well, I've always been an artistic person, so there's
Yeah.
that. It's the strangest thing. Pay attention to what you loved when you were 10.
I've heard that
Right?
advice.
It's a true
so
thing. Like,
true.
what lit you up? Like, what was your look something shiny when you were a kid? Or you always go to the same section of the newspaper, or you're always
Yes.
watching like real estate stuff, or you're a car person. Pay attention to that, because you can make a living doing that thing. You just got to figure out how. And also,
Exactly.
if you don't make a lot of money and you love what you're doing, there's that too. So
Right.
yeah, listen to the inner kid.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like, just start the thing that brings you joy,
Yeah.
and the rest will follow.
Yeah, it's
Laura,
true.
this has been so inspiring.
It's so fun
Thank
to see you
so
in this
much.
capacity
I
without my
love it.
camera. Thank you
okay,
so much.
so here's the show info. You're invited. It's the mini show. It's October 16th through 18th at the Sheraton Portland Airport Hotel, and I'm going to have a link to that show's website, and you'll find that at kat.com. Laura's podcast again is Tiny Worlds, Big Stories. Check it out. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Stay right there.